The galaxy is a tapestry of endless conflict. In its infinite darkness, two forces rise as legends, embodiments of ideals, and living symbols of a vision for humanity's future. Roboute Guilliman, Primarch of Ultramar, represents the pinnacle of order, discipline, and structured governance. Across the stars, Lionel Johnson, Primarch of the Dark Angels, moves like a shadow, his every action dictated by instinct, secrecy, and a quiet, unforgiving justice. Today, we explore the confrontation that isn't just physical, it is philosophical, a clash of ideology, order versus instinct. Two beings shaped by war, by the Emperor, and by the galaxy itself, brought to face each other in a conflict where every strike is a statement, every maneuver a declaration of principle. The stage is set in a fractured imperium. Guilliman has returned from the depths of the rubric, his mind sharpened by centuries of contemplation and strategy. He sees the galaxy as a machine, a vast, intricate clockwork that can be restored with vision and discipline. Every world, every governor, every regiment has a place. Order is the only salvation for humanity. The lion, enigmatic and vigilant, watches from the shadows of Caliban's remnants. He moves unseen, striking where necessity dictates, guided not by law, but by instinct honed through millennia of battle. He trusts his perception, his intuition, and the quiet judgment of his mind and body aligned. Where Guilliman calculates, the lion anticipates. Where Guilliman plans, the lion adapts. To understand why Guilliman and Lion's confrontation is more than combat, one must understand what they represent. Guilliman's order is not tyranny. It is the belief that without structure, humanity cannot survive the endless night of the galaxy. Every regiment he commands, every edict he issues, is a note in the symphony of civilization. Guilliman's mind moves with a mathematician's precision, his perception of war as a system allowing him to see not just the immediate battle, but the reverberations across decades. He is the embodiment of foresight. The galaxy, for Guilliman, is a chessboard where victory is determined not just by strength, but by understanding, anticipation, and execution. The lion's instinct, by contrast, is almost animal, yet refined beyond comprehension. He embodies the shadowy, unpredictable nature of survival. While Guilliman sees the galaxy as a system, the lion experiences it as a living organism. His moves are calculated not by numbers, but by feel, an uncanny intuition born of centuries of clandestine action, infiltration, and guerrilla warfare. He is as likely to strike from the shadows of a ruined cathedral as to appear in the heart of an enemy fleet. His understanding of his foes is immediate, visceral, and impossible to quantify. Where Guilliman embodies planning and logic, the lion embodies action, adaptation, and decisive instinct. This is not merely a battle of swords or firepower, it is a confrontation of world-views. Guilliman believes in governance, in civilization, in measurable results. The lion believes in judgment, secrecy, and the capacity to act without hesitation. One seeks to shape the galaxy according to design. The other seeks to act where action is necessary, allowing instinct and intuition to guide the hand. Guilliman's approach to warfare is meticulous. He marshals ultramarines, legions of the Adeptus Astartes, disciplined and uniform in purpose. Each regiment has its role, each strike a cog in the greater machinery of battle. His strategies account for supply lines, morale, and the psychological impact on both friend and foe. Guilliman understands war as an equation, variables, probabilities, and outcomes calculated to maximize victory while minimizing unnecessary loss. The lion moves differently. His forces are smaller, less overt, but no less effective. He trusts his soldiers to think, to act, to adapt. Ambushes, sudden strikes, rapid redeployments, these are his weapons as much as swords or bolters. The battlefield is not controlled but influenced, shaped by perception and anticipation rather than command. The lion thrives in uncertainty, turning confusion into advantage. As they prepare to meet, the universe itself seems to hold its breath. Worlds tremble under the weight of potential clash. Whispers of ancient grudges echo through space, and the history of the Imperium waits to see whether these two forces can reconcile their differences, or whether one will finally prove dominant. Guilliman advances with his disciplined formations. His presence alone inspires order among his warriors. Every movement is precise, every strike premeditated, a testament to his centuries of tactical mastery. When he moves, the battlefield becomes predictable, structured, and terrifying in its inevitability. Yet predictability is also vulnerability. The lion sees not the pattern, but the gaps, not the plan, but the human element that cannot be quantified. The lion emerges from shadows, appearing where Guilliman's logic did not anticipate. He moves with uncanny speed, a blur of black and silver, his sword flashing. Each strike tests Guilliman's defenses, probing for weaknesses not in steel, but in thought, challenging the very ideology Guilliman carries as armor. The lion does not merely attack. He questions, he pressures, he forces Guilliman to adapt, to respond, to act outside the comfort of calculation. The clash of swords is monumental. Guilliman's glowing blade is a symbol of order, a beacon of light and reason. The lion's weapon is a shadow incarnate, swift, unpredictable, and lethal. Each parry, each counter, is more than combat. It is philosophy made flesh. Guilliman strikes with precision, but the lion dances between strategy and instinct, forcing Guilliman to consider the unpredictable element in a universe he wishes to control. Before we dive deeper into the confrontation, pause for a moment. Which Primarch do you believe would dominate if this fight were fully realized? Guilliman with his calculated order, or Lion with his instinctual unpredictability? Comment below and share your reasoning. Your insight could shape the debate among superfans watching this video. As the battle progresses, the gulf between strategy and instinct becomes clear. Guilliman seeks to impose structure, to dominate the battlefield not merely with strength, but with control. He understands that victory is not in brute force, but in minimizing chaos, predicting enemy movements, and executing flawless maneuvers. Yet instinct, as the lion demonstrates, can bypass even the most elaborate calculations. The lion trusts neither machines nor plans. He trusts perception, timing, and intuition, honed through endless combat. Guilliman counters, drawing on centuries of tactical evolution. He anticipates lions' feints, predicting moves before they occur. Yet instinct allows the lion to improvise, to find openings where none should exist. Every strike becomes a conversation, a debate, a negotiation between order and adaptability. Neither is willing to yield, for yielding would mean compromise of their principle. The galaxy is not merely watching a duel. It is witnessing the embodiment of conflicting philosophies, played out in violence and brilliance. As the dust settles, it becomes clear. The battle is not simply won or lost. Guilliman may control the battlefield in terms of troops and structure, yet the lion moves like a shadow impossible to fully contain. Each Primarch carries respect for the other, recognition that their philosophies, while divergent, are born of love for humanity and the drive to protect it. The galaxy may forever remain a battlefield of order and instinct, and perhaps it is this tension that defines the Imperium itself. Ultimately, Guilliman and Lion reflect the duality of leadership, of strategy versus intuition. Neither is wrong, neither is fully right. Order and instinct coexist not merely as opposites, but as complementary forces shaping the Imperium's fate. In the shadows of war and history, the galaxy witnesses not just the might of Primarchs, but the enduring struggle between vision and perception, plan and instinct, calculation and action, order and instinct, calculation and intuition, structure and shadow. Guilliman and Lion will forever represent the polarities within the Imperium, the eternal struggle that defines both war and peace. Their confrontation is more than a battle. It is a lesson for humanity, a reminder that even the greatest warriors are bound by principles larger than themselves. The galaxy will remember the clash, and in that memory the war will continue, eternal, unyielding, and endlessly fascinating.